Okay, well, I haven't done a podcast for a while, so I thought what would be a good thing to do is to narrate through a recent flight. So, yesterday I flew a Eurostar EV-97, and this is me just lining up now on the hold for 26 left. And it'd been about 6 weeks since I'd flown a Eurostar, although I'd flown a couple of weeks ago in a different aircraft, in the C42. So I was feeling that I needed to get a bit of experience to become a bit more current. So I thought I'll take a flight on my own, and I'll take a flight out through the low-level corridor, which is just to the west of Barton Airport, and fly over to Crosby Beach, try and find Ince Airfield, which I always struggle to find, and then come back. So it should take about an hour. And I also thought I might do some touch and goes. Now, I was warned by my instructor, the person that taught me, a guy called Chris, brilliant instructor, to be careful of the sun when I come into land. So as you can see, as I'm lining up here, it's right in my face. So I'm thinking, yep, okay, thanks for that warning, that's great. And I'm taking off with the sun right in my face. There's no dramas on the takeoff. It's all pretty fine. I've got my sunglasses on, so it's not too bad, and I've got a cap as well. But that will be important for later on. So later on, if you think about when it comes to do the final approach, what it would be like to have the sun in your face, just like that. You'll see it anyway. So we're on the climb out here. And, 300 feet, you'll see me reach down and clean up the flaps. Oh, I missed it. So we're at 600 feet, and I'm turning now, still climbing. And the intention here is to climb into the overhead, so to fly above the circuit. The circuit's 1,000 feet at Barton, and the join is 1,800 feet. So 1,500 feet is a nice sort of in the middle, keeps you clear of incoming and outgoing traffic and circuit traffic. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually just doing a little circuit of my own, and I intend to use the 26 numbers to line up for my first heading. So I've got a plug, I've got Sky Demon there as well, you can see, but I've got a plug, so I've got all my bearings on there. You just saw me just turn the volume on the radio there, because as I was doing the climb out into the overhead, I called to say that I was in the overhead, and I was given a reply, and I have no idea what they said. I asked them to repeat it, so I do know what they said, which was to report leaving the overhead, but actually couldn't hear it because the person that had been in the aircraft before had turned the volume down, so it was difficult to hear while we were on full throttle during the climb. So you can see the numbers below, you can see Barton below, you can see that I've just lined myself up on the runway about 1,500 feet, and that should be almost exactly west, right into the sun. Now I've got a little stopwatch on my knee as well, so what I did here was click on the stopwatch, and I know that it should take me, I think the first leg was about 6 minutes to Lee Flash, an area that I know quite well. So you can see I'm checking Sky Demon, I'm checking my heading on the compass to making sure it all lines up, which it does. Now the plan here was to stay on Barton's frequency, 120.250, and stay with Barton while I was in the low corridor. We're in the low corridor now. And then the plan was to change to Warton radar. So here you go, I just changed over to Warton radar, and I think this time it's probably about 25 past 5, something like that. So I give Warton a call, and there's nothing. There's not a beep. And I think they should still be working this time. I think they're pretty close to any. You see, I'm getting my pen ready just in case they're busy. getting ready to copy it, any information that they're going to give me, perhaps the pressure setting. Just adjust the volume there. And then give them another call. So I give one another call. And I'm pretty sure at this time as well I heard somebody else make a blind call on Barton. Anyway, there was no response. So Barton had actually closed. So I thought about this anyway. I thought that I might lose Barton at some point. The backup plan was that I've got Liverpool's frequency written down, and Liverpool have a listening squawk as well. So I programmed in the listening squawk. Anyway, I think I've ditched the pen now, so I know I'm not going to get any response. I'm not going to give Liverpool a call. I'm just going to carry on listening to them. If they need me, they know that I'm squawking on the listening squawk, so they can give me a call. Oh, there we go. I'm just changing over to the And I think what I did as well was the standby frequency I set for Barton, because I knew that I was going to go back to Barton once I got a bit closer. So I just stayed with Liverpool until I was close to Barton, switched back. Now, I must admit, it's been a while since I've flown in a low-level corridor, and I got a little bit nervous because I knew where I was going to turn, I knew what my waypoints were, but I was still quite nervous about busting both Manchester's and Liverpool's controlled airspace. So I was keeping a close eye on Skydeem, as well as looking at my map and looking for those ground features that I knew that I had to look out for. But it still made me feel a bit nervous. So you'll see me looking at Skydeem a lot while I'm in the low corridor. I think we're out of it now, so I've just flipped ahead. So I can breathe a sigh of relief, except I can't see anything because the sun has been in my eyes the whole time. So I think I look at Skydeem a lot less. I'm looking at the map as well, so that's quite good. That's me just doing a live check, so I'm just checking all my instruments were in the green. I knew where I was, which is why I was consulting the map. My full tank of fuel when I started I was probably been flying about 20 minutes. I knew that I could fly for hours if I needed to. Just flipped ahead, and you can see Seaforth docks on the left hand side. The plan was there's a railway line that runs pretty much south to north that I could follow, so I'm just trying to track that railway line at the moment. But I can see on Skydeem anyway, I can see where I need to turn, I need to head. The Ince is just off to my right there, so I'm looking just to see if I can see it visually. I always find that a bit more useful rather than to try to fly somewhere blind, to actually fly to something that I can see. So I'm looking just looking at Ince Airfield off to my right. Finally decided to make the turn. Could have made it at any point, to be honest. there's no restrictions really here. There is on height, but there isn't really restrictions. Just to the north here, just to the north of me is Woodvale, and while Woodvale's closed at this time, I still want to encroach in their ATZ, so I'm mindful of Woodvale's ATZ, but I know that I'm not going to reach it until I've at least gone past Ince, and Ince is ahead anyway. I'm just looking for that now. Plus I've got Scandinavian to tell me how close I am. Just see Ince Airfield down there on the right hand side. And at this point I decide that I'm happy that I found it, which is good, but also I did plan to fly this leg at 2,300 feet, and I've just basically stayed at 1,500 the whole time, which was unnecessary, and I decided just to climb away just in case there's anyone coming out of Ince. I'm not monitoring Ince's frequency, I just decided to climb away just in case there's anybody coming out of Ince. I don't see any traffic, I had a good look around anyway. So we jumped ahead there. I just made a quick note on that plug. Something that I do forget to do is to write my ETA. So I just wrote my ETA for my next leg, and you also saw me just do a quick live check there. So I checked all my instruments, I knew where I was. You can see from the fuel gauge I've still got full fuel. I'm pleased watching back at this that I've still got good lookout, because I know that was something that I was disappointed in myself previously, that my lookout was poor, I thought. So we jumped ahead now, so we're just approaching Barton. Barton is on the right hand side, you can just see it just above the air vent, Barton Airfield. On the left hand side is Manchester City Centre. So you'll be able to see the overhead join here, so it's a right hand circuit, and we'll be landing on runway 26 left, so we're keeping the circuit, keeping the runway on our right hand side, and you'll see me do a descending turn shortly just as I fly over the numbers. The overhead join at Barton is 1,800 feet, as I mentioned earlier. This was about 6 o'clock in the evening yesterday, so it was reasonably quiet, beautiful conditions, very very smooth in the air. It was the first time I'd actually flown an evening flight through Barton. So once I'm happy that I'm over the numbers, I give them a call to say that I'm dead side descending, and beginning descending. It's a descending turn actually. There we go. And the aim here is to be at 1,000 feet when over the upwind numbers. So you'll see the 08 numbers come into view in just a second. The whole point here is to try to be at 1,000 feet by the time we get over those 08 numbers. There you go, you can just see the numbers there. It does look like I'm at 1,000 feet. Good look around, check my position, turn onto downwind. Now if I remember rightly, there was a northerly wind. It wasn't much, I think it was just a few knots, but it was full crosswind. I hadn't realised it at first, but I think I realised it when I was about halfway downwind that I'd actually drifted inwards. I think at some point I actually do correct about halfway down the downwind leg, and I realised that I've just become a bit too tight, but the circuit is actually just a little bit too tight for my liking. You can see there, I wasn't quite happy with my position. You can see that I've just moved, just turned left a little bit. I think I knew it wasn't looking right at this point. Foolishly decided to carry on anyway. So halfway around the turn onto base, I realised that I've kind of messed this circuit up a little bit. It's not bad, it's retrievable, but it's not the best circuit I've ever done. I've got one stage of flapping and retrimmed there, and we're on base. I'm just making a turn onto fire. So remember what we said right at the beginning. The words were ringing in my ears from my instructor. Watch that sun on landing. I actually can't see anything. In any case, I've lined myself up. I'm a bit high. I've got full flap, and I'm trying to make it work. Now, I'd actually called touch and go. My plan was to do some touch and go because, as I said earlier, it had been about 6 weeks since I'd flown the Eurostar. I felt I wanted to just refresh my experience a little bit. So the plan was to do touch and go anyway, so I called touch and go. I think at this point I was just guessing. I was guessing whether it was. I couldn't really see it. Oof, that was not a good one. It was a hard landing. I immediately went around. I think, while technically it's a touch and go, I don't think I got charged for it. I did actually say on the radio that I thought that was a hard landing, but nobody came back to me to say there were any bits hanging off the aircraft, so, you know, it was okay. So yeah, so that wasn't good, so I decided that I'll do it again. So here we go. Now this time I decided, forget the touch and goes, the conditions are not good enough for touch and goes right into the sun. So we'll call this a full stop landing. So that's what I call this for a full stop landing. Yeah, this approach is looking a lot better. Not as steep, not as fast. I decided as well that I didn't care how much runway I used. If I needed to use it all, I was going to. I think I even remember there was someone behind me, but I just thought, well, you know what, this is my runway. I'll take as much of it as I need. I didn't want to have that same experience as the first landing. Yeah, and that was a lot better. I was happy with that. And you can see the windsock there, so there was a bit of a crosswind. I've done my post-landing checks and I've called to cross the runway 02 and exit back. And I remember to write down my landing time as well. And there's the aircraft that was behind me, so I was glad that I was able to vacate the runway in time to stop him having to go around. What's really important to mention at this point as well is that obviously the circuit was pretty quiet because it was in the evening, it was near the end of the day, the airport was due to close within the hour, and both my two flying instructors were up with students. They were up flying in the C42s, and they arrived back at Barton about 10 or 15 minutes after this landing, just after I'd parked up. And it was interesting that they called to use a different runway. They called to use runway 32, and I should have done that because for two reasons. As you saw from the windsock, the wind was coming from the north, and of course the sun was right in the rise. So from their perspective, when they both landed on runway 32, they were landing straight into the wind and they didn't have the sun in their eyes. And that was a learning experience for me, is that I wish I'd thought of that. I wish I'd thought to call up and say, do you know what, can they have runway 32? Well, I'll know for next time. I hope you found this useful. I found it useful to go back over it and see the things I did wrong and the things I did right. Overall, I was happy with this flight. I think I needed it. I think it was the right decision not to fly with a passenger. That's why there's a bit of ballast in there, which I do need. And next time I'll be able to fly with a passenger and I'll feel more confident. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching.